Hi, Barb.
Hey, Ron. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. You know, you're always good about welcoming me back. Welcome back to you too, and welcome back to everybody that's going to watch today.
That's right. Our numbers are growing. So, hi, everyone. Barb Gentili Green here. And before Ron clicked the record button, he was telling me about his kids and what they were doing today. And his son was going to Springfield to look at some antiques. And that is something that I love is antiques. And Springfield, Ron, is one of the places that my husband and I used to go to all the time to the flea market and buy our first china cabinet, our first big old honky farmhouse table, all those antiques. So that brought back some great memories when you were talking about Springfield.
Wow. So I'm Ron Rogers, and you know what? I'm going to go with that same thought. The Springfield Extravaganza. Is that what you used to go to?
Yes.
Yes. And they still have those. And the Extravaganza is the one that's like 100 times bigger than the normal monthly one.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm going to go with that same thing because I didn't realize you like that too. But I love going there and I love collecting antiques. And so I don't think the Extravaganza is going on. I think they just went down to hit some malls. Probably the ones that are real close to the Extravaganza would be my guess.
Okay. Yeah.
So
we haven't been in years. That sounds fun though.
Yeah.
So
now what's
what
what's that picture back there behind you? I can't quite see it.
It's a picture of a Degas, something that my daughter used to have. I'm hanging out today in my daughter's old room. You know, she doesn't live here anymore, but I had to find a place that wasn't messy. So this is it today.
That's cool. This was the only room I could find that wasn't messy. Because the room I was in, which you saw first, it was pretty messy. You know.
Well, I just hope no meeting starts up behind you, Ron. You know, we've had that before. People come and start a meeting. Yeah.
I know it. And sometimes people have been doing Zoom so much that I've noticed once in a while I'll turn around and they'll have beautiful shirts on and stuff, but then they'll just be in their pajama bottoms and stuff. I think they've forgotten you can only do that on Zoom and you shouldn't do that, you know, when you're really meeting at the table. I don't know. Crazy things. Hey, guess what our topic is?
What's our topic?
Okay, you know how we just kind of grab things out of the air? Well, here's one that kind of grabbed me, and I've really been thinking about it for at least for the last couple hours, and that's ISTE. Have you ever heard of ISTE? ISTE.
I-S-T-E, ISTE?
Yes.
Okay.
ISTE, ISTE.
Do tell.
You know, I'm going to tell you a little. I like it. ISTE is one of those premier conferences. It's like one of the best conferences you can go to for technology kind of related. You know, it's kind of like real technology type of conference. And it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And this year, it's going to be online. Normally it's either in Philadelphia, I believe, or Texas. It alternates every year, if I remember right.
Okay.
There might even be a third one in there. It alternates too. But anyway, ISTE's from November 29th to December 5th, live. And it's live online. So let me just, ISTE's so neat. I went to ISTE 9 years ago.
That's a long time ago, Ron.
That's a while back, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, let me tell you about something. I was working at State Support Team Region 1, and I saw ISTE advertise, and everybody was talking about ISTE and how everybody either wanted to go or they were going. So I thought, well, it'd be kind of nice if I could go, you know. And I read through all the stuff, and it said if you're the only way you know what's going on in this place, because it's miles and miles of buildings and thousands of conferences going on at the same time, or, you know, breakouts. So it said the only way to know what's going on is to download and use Twitter. I thought, Twitter? I'm not going to use Twitter. I've never used Twitter. Twitter's something you use like if you're going to go, I don't know what, go say, hey, I'm hanging up clothes, or, oh yeah, I'm going to go spend 10 minutes with the dog. You know, I didn't think much of Twitter in 2011, okay? And I didn't know anything about it either. So I went, and within 2 hours of being there, I was like, I'm totally lost. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's where. It's just crazy. So I downloaded Twitter. Well, then I had to grab somebody to show me how to use it. It did take several years for me to figure it out completely. Okay, Barb, it wasn't an easy task, but I fell in love with Twitter. But in the meantime, that's what got me through the conference, was using Twitter and getting to talk to everybody and understanding the power of Twitter. It was really unique. It was just really cool. And they had a lot of different breakouts on universal design for learning even back then.
Wow. So that is so funny because I thought you just like were born knowing about Twitter, because when you showed me about it, you were like so into it and really believed in it and as a professional learning network. Yep. And so I didn't know that that's how you first learned about that.
Yeah, I was anti-Twitter. I was anti-Twitter until then. And you know what it was? I think it was the fact it has a purpose. And I didn't know what the purpose was before that. And I certainly didn't have any need for it that I thought. You know, it was just one of those learning experiences. It was just one of those.
That's cool. So, well, first of all, Ron, I just want to make sure, like, it's super loud here. It's storming and it's thundering and it's raining. And so you may hear that in the background, but just so you know, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. So if I like say something really strange, it's just because I can't hear you yet. I'm just pretending. But anyway, so on this ISTE conference, so first of all, so that's right after Thanksgiving. So that's something to look forward to after Thanksgiving. And it looked like...
Well, now wait, back then it was actually over my birthday. So it was in June.
Oh, really?
It was June. It must have been June, July, because I remember being away for my own birthday. It was hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope they had a big birthday party for you at ISTE.
They didn't. And and the cab drivers were not nice to me. I had one that kind of threatened to throw me out in where I didn't even know where I was, because you have to tip a certain amount, and if you don't, they get pretty angry, I guess. Right. So I tipped him whatever he wanted.
Oh my goodness, Ron, you always never know what you're going to say.
Well, it was rough. It was that part was rough, but once I was there, I was good. But I stayed out by the airport, so it was a little bit of a drive in each time. And I think that was before. That was if you didn't take Uber. It was before Uber and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
well,
you know,
that's the really neat thing about these conferences, that are finding ways to do it online and yet live too. So you don't have to worry about all that stuff you just talked about. So it looked like I was on the ISTE website, and it looks like they're offering some live sessions and some that are recorded, right? That you can go in and check out at your leisure. And so this seems to be a theme for some of the really big conferences that are doing it that way. That's talk about being flexible.
Yeah.
Folks have figured out how to still meet their goal by providing flexible formats. It's awesome. So do you know how much it is, Ron? Because I didn't look at the pricing.
I think if you do it before October 1st, I believe it's $155 if you're not a member.
Okay.
And it's less than that if you are a member. That's what I'm thinking, because I thought, you know what, for $155, I could probably afford just to pay that myself and then have access to all those goodies for a while.
Yes.
You know what I
that's
mean?
a good price. Yeah. And that's quite a few days. So how many days is that? Like, what'd you say, November 29th to December
5th?
Wow. That's a long conference.
So that is a good amount of days. And, you know, if it's online, it's not like you're gone. So,
right.
You know, you can still kind of do your regular work and then do in the evenings, kind of hit some of the conference things, or during the day off and on. And, you know, for me, those are like 15-hour days, because you don't want to miss that, and you still want to keep up with the regular workload too, you know,
right.
So you don't get behind. So,
yeah.
But it's like ISTE. So I got to tell you about the other than Twitter coming out of ISTE, there was another huge important thing that I learned from ISTE. And I really want to share it real quick.
Okay.
And I hope it helps other people. But, you know, back in 2011, people weren't really using Google, you know, like Google Slides or Google, you know, any of Google stuff where you could actually type and see the other person type in letters, and you can work together and collaborate together and stuff. And there was a lot of other new things going on then too. And you know, when you experience this, you want others to experience it. So sometimes you bring it up in staff meetings or you try to push it on other people. Have you ever done that, Barb?
Me? Never, never.
You know,
Of
so
course.
and then you sit back and it's like, why don't they want to use any of this stuff? And you even put it out there, yeah, I'll work with you. I'll train you, you know. I'll do anything. I'll stay after work, but let's use this. None of it ever worked, and I could never figure out why. So ISTE taught me this, Barb, and it was like an aha moment. ISTE taught me that, you know what? Don't try to get others to use this stuff. Don't even bring it up, but model it every chance you get and let them ask, how in the world did you do that? And then pull them in.
Yeah,
it was the biggest change. I documented over that following year after ISTE, and everything that I thought we should probably be looking at and doing, it took 1 year, but after 1 year, everybody was pretty much on board with everything. And it wasn't because I ever asked anybody to do it. I just thought, I'm modeling it, and people just kept getting sucked in until they just loved it.
You piqued their curiosity.
I don't know, but it was like magic. It was like, wow, the less I do and the less I say, they want it.
So, Ron, this gives me a little insight into your MO here, because as I think back now, you're doing that all the time to me. You're always just, you know, coming up with something new, and you what is that you're doing, Ron? And here you are just trying to suck me in. Now I know how you work.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I do it now, it's subconsciously. How's that? Yeah. If I do it now, it's subconsciously, because I'm at the age now where I really don't care what people use. You know, hey, if they want to use, you know, whatever, just go for it, man. Even if it's a number 2 lead pencil, UDL, man, use what works. Flexibility.
That's right.
I don't mind. It all works. Heck, I just bought some of my favorite pens.
Oh, you love your place. Oh, cool.
I love those.
That's for your sketchnoting?
Yes, that's for my sketchnoting. I knocked everything off, but
yeah,
I love those
awesome.
things. And they were $21, which is how much they are, and that's only for a few of them there. But if you go to Hobby Lobby and use your 40% discount, you pull up on your phone technology, you can get them for a lot less. So that's what I do, you know.
Well, it'll be really interesting to see what you come away from this year with ISTE and what you're going to model for us so that we can try some new things.
Well,
cool.
I don't think I'll get to do ISTE. It was just, however, their website is pretty cool. And I think people should consider thinking about going to ISTE. I'm going to think about it, but that's probably as far as I'll get this year, because it's too late for me. It's too many things are scheduled, and the schedules are solid. And so anyway, well, you know what? I don't think I have any last words except subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and watch Ron Rogers, because you never know what he's going to be teaching you how to do in his subconscious. He doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Now everybody's going to be paranoid. Now everybody will be paranoid when they're around me. They don't know what to say or think. Oh, Barb. Hey, Ron's out.
Barb's out. See you next time.
YouTube, please subscribe. Like, comment, and share.